Rev up your engines! This is 2017. I'm going to go through it all. At one point in time, they sold like 170,000 of them. Now, the other year, they sold a vast smaller amount. They only sold like 30-something thousand of them. People want SUVs. But what really killed the Sonata was this. And that's what's under the hood. There's a 4-cylinder gasoline direct injection engine. Yes, the one where well over 100,000 of them were recalled because the engines were blowing up. Now, luckily for this owner, it's an older one before they had the blow-up problems. It was indeed made in Alabama, but it was made in 2017. November 17th, 2016 makes it a 2017 model. The ones built in Alabama, one of their machines had broken down and it was leaving metal debris inside the engines, and then they blew up. I had a lot of customers have engines replaced because of this, right? Over 100,000 of them, but that was 6 years before this one was made. But of course, that image left a sour taste in many people's mouths, and the sales of the Sonatas fell off the cliff. They went from like 150-something thousand down to the small amount they sell today. For example, they sold 40,000 of them in 2023, over 100,000 less than they did before. Of course, it's because people are also buying SUVs. They're not into sedans like you used to be, but that's a big drop to take, because if you screw up on the design, a lot of people are going to say, hey, look, the engines blow up. And the image goes even if they don't anymore, because people remember when something bad happens. And most of the people that bought them with exploding engines, you can be sure none of them went out and bought another one, and they told their friends about it. So you look at this one, which was bought in Ontario, brand new by the owner, so he knows the whole history. We'll see how many miles this thing has on it. Okay, it's only got 110,000 kilometers on it, so it doesn't have that many miles on it. Being an older car, it has an actual automatic transmission with gears. He takes very good care of it. He changes the oil and filter every 5,000 kilometers, not miles, kilometers, because he's worried about the GDI and he's keeping it clean, and that is a good thing. This thing gets 36 miles a gallon. Not bad. And being that this isn't one that was involved in the recall, hopefully you won't have any engine problems with it. This vehicle's been out, what, 8 years? We're gonna check it with my machine to see what kind of shape it's in. I bought it mainly for the price because they're relatively inexpensive cars. They're about $20,000 less than the average new car is these days. We'll look around. They're traveling from Canada, so they got a lot of stuff in here, but hey, comfortable seats. They got covers here. They don't have dogs, but they like covering up their seats. So if they sell them, they'll keep the resale value. They did the front seats too. As you can see, we'll open the back. Got a reasonable sized trunk. They got all their junk in here. They're Quaker styrofoam snacks. My wife tried to get me to eat those. Got decent alloy wheels. They're not hubcaps. We'll look up the big scan tool. In this case, they hide inside here. You gotta pull that out. You gotta hide everything these days, right? Plug it in. It's lighting up, and away we go. We'll stick the key in. And yes, it is an actual key. I like that with that keyless crap. We'll do a standalone diagnosis. Driving out the Hyundai Canada Sonata 2017. 2.4 liter GDI. See, we can do a full topology scan, so we'll do that. Wow, it's doing that fast. Look at that. It just took a few seconds, and it's 96% done. Only got 2 trouble codes. And those are stupid airbag codes. And their history: driver front impact sensor, passenger front impact sensor, communication error. Probably had the battery replaced at some time. So we'll just erase those codes, see if any of them come back. And we'll do live data. Here we go. Remember, black is good, red is bad. Battery voltage is good. This is just on and off data, not that interesting, unless it's red. We get to the regular data. Here we go. It's just how many amps it's putting out. Voltage is good. Even the temperature of the battery, it's amazing. The battery's still got 87%, not bad. Show you the turbine speed of the torque converter and the transmission. You get a lot of information on these things. And look at this. Required lambda, actual lambda, 1.0. It's running perfectly. The fuel adaptation at part load is minus 0.5%. So, it's 99.5% perfect. Scroll through the rest. It's all black. Data's all good. So let's take it for a spin. Let's save money driving it from Canada to Tennessee, so they have it on eco mode, but it's got other modes. Sport, regular, eco. Let's put it in sport, okay? Color's not that great, but hey, you can see what you're doing, as long as you got good eyes. And I got my new laser eyes now, so I can see that quite well. Idle smooth. You know, it's a reasonable sized engine. It's a reasonably big engine. And with the GDI, it should have a reasonable amount of punch, which we'll check. We're first going to see how many times this thing shifts when we get on the road. It's shifting perfectly fine. And it is shifting. It's a regular transmission. It's not a CVT. In this one, you have a choice of 3 different automatic transmissions. So we'll get on the road. We'll count how many times it shifts, and we'll know which one it is. But it's very tight handling. Steers nicely, rides quite well. And here we go, Tobacco Road. Well, then we're going to do an opposite test. Instead of a drag race, we're going to see how many times this thing shifts gears. Canadian car, so it is in kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. So, is there anybody behind us? No. We're going to accelerate and count how many gears it goes through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's got 6 gears. Hey, 36 miles a gallon. And when you want to pass people, look, we're doing 100. Look how fast it goes to 120 miles an hour. Of course, I'm cheating. That's kilometers an hour. So, you know, it's a lot slower than what you think. So this baby has a regular 6-speed automatic transmission, not a CVT, and it's a decent transmission. This transmission isn't made by Nissan Jatco, it's made by Hyundai. They manufacture their own transmissions, and these seem to be good transmissions. I don't see any problems with them. So let's mosey on back. Well, here come some people. Gotta wait till they get out of the way. And while we're waiting, look, it's got a real emergency brake, not one of the crappy electronic ones. I like that. Here we go. Dive in sport mode. We'll give it a little gas. You can see it stays in lower gears longer. It's got much more acceleration this way. But of course, it will also use more gas. So we'll put it back into the eco mode that he had it on originally to get better gas mileage. I do have to say the sport mode makes it much more fun to drive. Those people, you can put in manual and then you can just shift it with the shifter gear. See? 6th gear, 5th gear, 4th gear, 3rd gear. Just pretty smoothly with that too. But I'll put it back in automatic. It's not the quietest of cars. The windows are all rolled up. I'll make sure. Yeah, they're all rolled up. I hear a reasonable amount of wind noise, but it handles quite well. Nice smooth ride. We'll take it in the twisties here. We'll go a little faster than we should. And no problems at all. No understeering, oversteering. Take the dip down here. Whee! Really loud turn signal. You're not going to miss that one. But check the codes. Well, none of them came back, probably because the battery was replaced at some point in time. Didn't have enough voltage. That stuff happens all the time. So there you have it. The truth about Hyundai Sonatas. I'm biased. I don't care one way or the other. Just tell you the truth about them. Now, it's not the older ones that had engines that blew up. That's a big plus, right? But, hey, great gas mileage. Runs good. Now, it doesn't have that many miles on it. 100,000 kilometers, like 60-something thousand miles. I wouldn't expect too much to be wrong. But then again, the old ones did have engines blow up long before that because they didn't have the machines right. I guess they fixed the machines in Alabama because this one works perfectly fine. The actual 6-speed automatic, smooth as can be. You can shift it manually if you want. Most people aren't going to bother. But, hey, a decent sedan. And here's some bonus questions and answers. Well, now here's a weird one. The Honda Prologue is now the best-selling non-Tesla electric SUV in the U.S. If you didn't know it, Honda has an electric SUV, and they call it the Honda Prologue. It's a Chevy Blazer EV. They just rebadge them for Honda. And the weird thing is, they sold a bunch more of the Prologues than the Blazers, even though they're basically the same vehicle. People are fooled by the name Honda. They think it's a Honda, right? For example, last year, Chevy sold 23,100 of their Blazer EVs. But Honda sold 33,017 of the Prologues, even though GM's making them, right? I mean, as I say, now what's in the name? Well, I guess a lot's in the name. They sell more of the Prologues, which are actually made by GM, but they say Honda in front of them. Don't be fooled. It's why I'm here, to help people out. to show them the truth about what's out there. Just like when I tell people, a Toyota Supra, as it stands today, is not a Toyota product. It is a BMW sports car that happens to be made in Austria, because that's where they make those sports cars. It is not a Toyota. Some people, I guess, just think, oh, I'm going to buy that because it's a Toyota. It's not a Toyota. It's a BMW. And in this case, it's an electric vehicle that I don't advise buying anyways, but the fact that they're selling a whole bunch more of them when they say Honda instead of GM just leaves your mind boggled when you really think about it. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.